All right, hello and welcome to That's the Point, the place where we talk about construction to positioning technology. My name is Corey Meyer, joined by my buddy Jeremy Horn. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm ready to go. We're going to talk about some field link, but first we have a programming note, and that this is the last and final episode before we celebrate our 100th That's the Point episode. It's crazy that we've done that many. Crazy that we still have stuff to talk about. But today we're going to jump in and have this one last one before we have the anniversary episode, and we're going to talk about markers and about highlighting and geolocating, georeferencing points within FieldLink as it pertains to scanning, right? And we're going to use that. We can use that for any number of things, right? We can do control. You can just do areas of interest, but there's a lot of different reasons you could use it. And I think we're going to kind of talk about that today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the biggest thing here is just communication with the field back to the office, because in general, what we see is these guys are scanning, they're out there collecting data, but they're not necessarily the final people who are looking at this. So this allows us to set some markers, put some information, put some descriptions, so when that gets back to the field, they can, have an idea of certain things that they want to.
Scanning is great in that you have billions and billions of points, but sometimes you just want to know 1 point, right?
Absolutely.
So sometimes 1 point says everything you need. So let's talk about markers. So how would we go about setting those up? And I think you actually took a scan in front of the office today. So
right, absolutely. So if we look at our screen here, we can see the perspective view of just a scan of the facade of the building. But in order to use the marker tool, we actually need to go into the station view.
This is what tripped me up the first time using it.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
So once we jump into that here, we can kind of see our hybrid view where it kind of looks like a photo, which to me is kind of the easiest way to go in and do things, because we do feel like we're looking at a picture.
It's a really nice lens flare too. It's good. It's good still.
So if we from here, we want to go up to the little ruler up to the top left, which is the same thing we generally go to if we're going to pull dimensions or do things like that. So if we look at our bottom toolbar, you'll see the measure tools, the plumb tools, and then all the way over to the left, we'll see what looks like a little flag type marker, right?
Yeah.
Let's call it a marker. That's what they're calling it. So if we select that, it's going to simply say tap a location to place a marker. Very simple. But if we zoom over to the right, though, we see that marker 1 is now shown on the edit button. We can hit that, and now we can also dive in and name it what we want. So in this case, we do have a checkered target that we would like to reference so that we can tell the person back in the field which actual control point this is.
Okay.
They're going to be able to see the target. They're going to be able to zoom in and get the points we want, but they don't know necessarily which actual control point, because we might have 20 different targets out here. So in this case, we're going to name this marker CP100 for control point 1, and then we can even put a description in here, control on north of building.
Yep.
We could kind of take that as far as we'd like to take it. Once we do that, we simply get into our point that we want to tag. In this case, it's our checkered target. We're going to tap in our spot. You'll see now it dropped our marker, CP100.
Look at that.
Now, if we do jump back out of our station view and we go back to our cloud, you'll see now there is actually a marker saved.
Right, because once you save that, then it does show it up in the point cloud as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we could go back to the same spot, go back to our ruler button. If we needed to edit or change anything or create more, we just simply go back to the same spot, go back to the same edit button.
And there you go. So you could do an entire setup like that. You could take all your control points, all your areas of interest. Like we said, sometimes 1 point is better than 10 billion. And so you can easily, quickly refer that back and help to keep the office and the field back in the same spot. And those transfer just like any other point. They go right up to the cloud. Anything you share is going to come right back in, right?
Yeah, correct. It's literally just what some people call it a tag, a geotag. It's literally just taking a spot in the point cloud and putting something that we can tag information to it.
Very cool. Very powerful. And of course, if you have any questions, make sure you reach out to your local building point representative. This is the stuff that they just love to help with. And don't forget, smash that subscribe button to stay up to date with the latest tips, tricks, and pointers. And check us out next time as we celebrate that 100th episode. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be back next time.
Yeah, I imagine so.
You probably
Price goes up too, I think.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on That's the Point.